Hey everybody, it's me Stacey here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, and it's time for Saturday with Stacey, YouTube number 226. I missed you last week, but it was Black Friday, Black Saturday, and there's no way I can get a YouTube done during that week. But I missed you, so I'm so glad to be back. I have got a wonderfully fun YouTube for you today, featuring product by Sizzix, and product that I think, well, okay, so we had it for the Black Friday, Black Saturday sale. We have new dies from Lori Whitlock, and we are the only store in the entire world where you can find these dies. We had them for Black Friday, Black Saturday, but we started getting emails from customers. Well, how do you put it together, and is it difficult? So I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna push what we were supposed to be YouTubing this week down a little bit, and we'll YouTube the Lori Whitlock Sizzix dies to show you just how easy they are to use. You will be successful with them, your grandkids and your kids will be successful with them, and just give me the opportunity to show you, and I think you'll be excited by them. There's 5 different styles, and the nice thing about them is that they interchange within each other. So you can use parts from one with another set, and they're affordable. They are $19.99 a die. Of course, we've got them on a YouTube Yummy for 20% off, but if you know, that's a pretty good price point for Lori Whitlock product. It's usually a little higher than that. So I think when you see what you get and how easy it is to do, it's gonna make you look like a rock star. You're gonna feel so accomplished when you are done. And then when you give it to somebody, they're gonna say, oh my gosh, how did you do this? And you're just gonna look and you're gonna go, easy peasy, because it was easy peasy. Now, I also have brand new product from Simply Defined, and I'm excited to bring that to you as well. You know, when I put Simply Defined or Simply Refined on a product, I really have given it an incredible amount of thought. And I don't just willy-nilly go off and do something. And I frankly don't need to have my name on every kind of, I don't need to have my name on stickers. And what I bring, it needs to have purpose and meaning, and there has to be a reason for it. So I'm going to tell you what's coming or what's here. I'll show that to you. But first I'm going to do Winner Winner Chicken Dinner for you, because these people have won the last collection of Simply Defined, the I Want It All bundle, which is $59.99, and it was Be Who You Are. And thank you all for appreciating that collection. I wasn't sure what you guys were going to think. I never know. I only can do what's in my heart, and hopefully it's in your heart too. So let's give away some Simply Defined Be Who You Are collections. Are you ready to do a happy dance? I hope so. Because if you're Paula Wolf, Wolf, you get to do a happy dance. Congratulations, Paula. Woohoo, ka-choo for you. But you're not alone. There is another who also gets the Be Who You Are, I Want It All bundle. Are you ready? Okay. I'm just going to pronounce it as I read it, and both names are only 3 letters long, so you wouldn't think I would be this perplexed. Gel, G-E-L. I don't know if that's pronounced a different way, I don't know. Gel Myrrh, M-I-R. Gel Myrrh. If I pronounced it wrong, forgive me, but you're a winner chicken dinner. So that should make up for it, right? All right, so 1, how do you become a winner chicken dinner? Subscribe to, get a username and log on YouTube. Subscribe to Scrapbooking Made Simple. Watch this YouTube, post your comment. Every YouTube, we pick 2 people to be a winner chicken dinner. How do you claim your prize? Go to scrapbookingmadesimple.com, look for the link that says Winner Chicken Dinner, click it, follow the directions, and we will have your prize out to you just as soon as possible. Kayla is rock starring doing that. She's just fabulous with it. So let's get on to the product that I am introducing this YouTube. And again, I generally don't bring out things unless there's a purpose to it. I have to be able to put my stamp on it, like my dies. I have to be able to offer it to you at a competitive or better price for like or better product. There just has to be something more than putting your name on something. That's not who I am. I don't need to have my name in lights. I'm good. I'm okay. That's why my picture and my name isn't on any of the product. That's not me. Like, so this is how Stacey tape came about. The company, we were using Scrapbooking tape. It was beautiful tape. It still is great tape. But the company reached out to me and said, hey, what if we could give you something longer, stronger, and less money, and you could charge your customers less for it, for something that was longer and stronger. Would you be interested? And it's like, well, yes, I would be interested. But I was like, what's the catch? But there wasn't a catch. They turned out to be a fabulous company to work with, and I have enjoyed our 2-year relationship. It has been amazing. So they came back to me last year and they said, hey, Stacey, what if we could give you something longer, stronger, and less money? And I said, well, I already have Stacey tape. Thank you. We're already buying that from you. They said, no, it's a different product. I said, really? And they said, yes. They said, we would like to talk to you about tape runners. And I said, tape runners? They said, no, let's talk about it before you go, I can hear somebody, Kim, in my head saying, you're such an adult sometimes. Because I do. I make that face in meetings with vendors. It's like, So they said, well, let's talk about it before you go, So they came out and we sat down. And again, this was a year ago. And they showed me what they had. And they showed me what I could do. And again, I don't do anything willy-nilly. So I took all the information and then I started to do my research. And I started to look into tape runners and how much are tape runners and what's the price of tape runners and what do you get for that price of a tape runner. And they sent me samples, and when the samples came in with all the information I had, I said, yes, I think this is a good idea. This is something that I can do. Why is it something that I feel I can put my name on and stand behind and be comfortable bringing to you, even though there's a million tape runners already on the market? Because it's a beautiful product at a price that will knock your socks off. Okay, so I started to look around for tape runners, and I found that most of them are around 40 feet. You get about 40 feet of adhesive. Some are 39, some are 40, some are 41. I found many tape runners that are $1.99 to $3.99, but you get 13 feet of tape to about 23 feet of tape on them. Most of the tape runners that I felt would be something you would go out and buy were about $7 to $8. And then if you bought what they call their extreme tape or their super tacky tape or their I don't know, whatever they want to call it, then you were paying $8 to $9 for about 40 feet or a little less. Well, we have a permanent adhesive. In fact, it's in the red. Can you see the red simply defined? Permanent. We have a super tacky or an extreme tape. It's in the purple, and it's our permanent plus tape. So it would be comparable to something that you might think of as extreme. And something along that price, that's about $8, $9. And then I did a removable tape. And removable is in pink. And removable is a little different than repositionable. And I'll show you that to you. But what makes them any better or different? Well, to begin with, it's comparable product or better than what's currently on the market. Next, it's the value. So with the removable, most tapes have 40 feet or under for $7. The $4.99 runner had 23 feet of tape on it. This has 82 feet on this one runner. 82 feet of tape, removable tape on this one runner. So if you bought that $4.99 thinking it was a value for 23 feet, well, you're going to have to buy several of them to get what you have in one roll here. Permanent Plus, extra tacky, super tacky, extreme, $8, $9 a roll, 40 feet or less. 82 feet is what you get in this for $6.99. This one, $6.99, 82 feet, twice as much as what's currently on basic tape runner rolls. So removable, Permanent Plus, $6.99. The Permanent Plus is an unbelievable value because everybody else who's got extreme or tacky are between $8 and $9. Then we have just our straight permanent, which is in the red, simply defined in the red. This, I said, has to be a home run. It has to be, because this will be the one you probably use the most. This has to be the one that really reaches the customer. And so it took a little time and a little negotiation and a little back and forth and a little But we were able to bring you for $6.99, 98 feet of tape. 98 feet. Put my glasses on, because sometimes I think I'm wrong. But no, I'm right. 98 feet of tape on one runner for $6.99. I think that's a reason to bring a product to market. It's a beautiful product at a price that's affordable. And that makes my heart happy, because you'd have to buy more than 2 of the other brands to get what's in here. And this is still less than their price for just 40 feet. So, is there refills for this? No. No. The money is in the adhesive. That's where the cost is in the adhesive, not in the plastic. So I couldn't do refills for much less than what I was doing the solid unit for. So we just opted to just do the solid units. And because that's where the money's in the adhesive. If I have to charge you almost the exact same price for the refills, we might as well just give you the case for it as well. So no refills for them, but 3 different types of adhesive. Removable, permanent, and Permanent Plus, all for $6.99, whether it be 82 feet or 98 feet. And for that, I'm comfortable. I feel good about bringing that to you, because I know Kathy and Alena use tape runners like crazy. Oh my gosh. Well, Kathy's a scrapbooker, and she will go through tape runners like crazy. So she's like uber excited about this, because now she's getting twice as much. So I'm excited to bring it. I hope you like it. $6.99. We will be playing with it today. Okay, I think it's time to get started for today. I'm going to tilt on down, and we are going to play with the latest and greatest from Sizzix. Mr. Big Shot gave us these dies early, so we have to give a big shout out to David from Ellison Sizzix, Mr. Big Shot. Why do we call him Mr. Big Shot? Well, because his machine is the Big Shot machine from Sizzix, so it made sense to call him Mr. Big Shot. So a big shout out to David at Ellison for getting us these dies early and letting us have them before anybody else. And I think we will get started for today. I'm going to tilt on down. Are you ready? Here we go. Down we go. Bye, everybody. Good to see you. All right. So I'm going to zoom on in, tilt on down, zoom on in, and I think that's probably pretty good. All right. How cute is this? It folds flat. It's got a cute little spinny in the middle. Isn't that darling? Cute little spinny. It's A2 sized. You might have to move the balloons down a little bit to get it into an A2 envelope, but it is A2 size, so if you move the balloons down, you absolutely could mail it. And then when they receive it, it folds open and it stands up and it sits and it looks darling. These are from Sizzix and Lori Whitlock. But when we did them for Black Friday, we had so many emails of people saying, oh, I love them, but how would you put them together? It looks complicated. Is it complicated? No, it's very easy peasy, and I want to show you how, because once you understand how to put them together, you will see how successful you can be. All right, I'm going to put this aside, and I'm going to show you the packaging. So this is the set we're going to play with today, and these are the dies that it comes with. This is the base die. The scallopy one is the base die, and this is the spinny die, the package one. So no matter what base die you have, and there's 5 different base dies, one of them has a top note edge and one of them has a bowed edge. No matter what base die you have, there's 5 different spinnies there's a snowflake and there's a flower and the package and a jar and a cupcake. You can interchange all of those. And then the other little pieces, here's the balloons and a bow and these. These let you add dimension to your little package and add some design to it. But are the directions all that great? This is a little complicated to understand. Not that they didn't try, but there wasn't much room for them to add much more on how to put these together. So we're gonna play with them today. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut my little packages super quick. And I am going to use orange, and these are going to be very, very festive cards. So I'm gonna cut a piece of orange and a piece of yellow. Now, I'm making a spinner. That means I need to have a front and a back. So I need to cut 2 of each die. I need to have 2 of the main package and 2 of the shadow. So I took paper and I'm just folding it in half. That way I can cut 2 at the same time. It's kind of a easy peasy way to cut 2 pieces at once. You don't have to worry about them slipping because they're together. I am working on my, that's a good thing, I am working on my multi-purpose platform. Whether it be the small one or the extended makes no difference. Multi-purpose platform, completely closed. No tabs are open. I'm gonna put down my cut plate first. I'm gonna put down my paper. I'm gonna put down my dies on my paper. I'm going to put my do not cut plate on top and I'm going to send it through. And I'm gonna go front and back. Why? Well, these aren't intricate dies by any means, and you do not need a precision base plate to use any of these sets. No precision base plate needed. But I am going through 2 pieces of paper. So just to be on the safe side, go front and back because these are open. This is an open frame die. No intricacy whatsoever to it. I picked kind of happy colors. So hopefully those down in Puerto Rico, and hopefully you've got your power back down in Puerto Rico by now. These would be very happy colors. Very, very festive. All right, now I can tape those on, so I can take my tape runner. And the way the tape runner works is when you first get it, you need to roll it up a little bit. There's not going to be any adhesive when you first start. You roll it up and then you will feel the adhesive come out. And then you just kind of get it on down. Kathy and Alena go zip zap zoop with their tape runners. I'm still getting kind of used to using them because I've played with a lot of them now, and I could see how you can go through so much because you just go zip zap zoom. No, I got some on my hand. Okay, so I've got my packages. Now I'm gonna take, and you could take a tape runner, you could take pop dots, it's whatever. I'm gonna use just a little bit of my Simply Defined adhesive foam because I wanna make my little box a bit dimensional. So I'm just gonna cut me a little piece of this. Oh, a little bit littler. Oh, that looks good. So this is adhesive foam. By Simply Defined, you get 4 sheets. 2 are at 2 millimeter, 2 are at 3 millimeter. My understanding from the comments that we've gotten is that this stuff is pretty rock star to use with your die cuts and make shaker cards. Yes, because you can put your paper right on top of it, die cut it, and you've got an instant shaker card because you've got dimension. So I'm going to put down one side of the adhesive because it's sticky on both sides. And then I am going to grab a piece of twine or ribbon or whatever you've got that's thin and handy. I am going to pull my second piece of sticky off my foam, and it's sticky right now. And I'm going to line that twine right down the center of that package, and I'm going to give it a little bit of a push just to get it in there. Then I'm going to take my other package and I'm going to sandwich it like a cookie, giving me a cute little dimensional spinner. How cute is that little dimensional spinner? Ready to go. Love my foam. Die cuts like a dream. And then my twine is in there because my foam is super, super, super tacky. I mean, the adhesive on there is really strong. So I'm going to set this off to the side right now because we need to play with the base die. And here is your base die. I'm going to put those right here so I don't lose them, and that there. Okay, I'm going to grab 2 pieces of paper, just basic cardstock. And let's start with the light blue. I'm going to fold it in half because now it's time to make our card. So I've taken a piece of cardstock and I folded it in half because I need to cut 2 of these. So I'm going to trim off my edge here. And I'm going to bring over my Big Shot. And I'm still going to use my multi-purpose platform with my platform completely closed, no tabs open. I've got my cut plate on the bottom. I've got my paper. I've got my do not cut plate. Do not cut plate. If you don't cut into it, it stays nice and smooth and gives you a really easy glide through your machine. Now this has got a straight edge on one side. So if I feed it through that roller with that straight edge perpendicular or parallel, this would be parallel to the roller, when it hits it, it's gonna go ka-thump. If you don't want to hear that, you just slightly turn it a little bit of an angle. Now, if it does go ka-thump, is that the end of the world? You can even just turn the paper if you want. Is that the end of the world? No, it's not going to hurt your die. It's not going to hurt your machine. Little bits of noises, some creaks and cracks are okay. Roll it on through. And because I'm going through 2 pieces of paper and not just one, I'm just going to roll it on back. What I'm left with is 2 circles that I would absolutely keep. The piece of paper that I folded in half that I probably wouldn't keep. And 2 of my bases. And these bases have score lines going down them. The die has got a pre-score line on it for you. Now that score line is an important thing to pay attention to because you want to be able to see that score line. If you can't see it, you're using, that's the back side of the paper, and you always want to have that score line. You want to be able to see that score line. But again, we're making something like this, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 sides to it. That means I need to cut 2 more, and I'm going to do that out of the purple so that it's easy for you to follow along when I assemble it. Now, as for the adhesive, while the permanent is probably going to be the one that sells the best, my favorite adhesive has to be the removable, and that's in the pink. I'm going to put some on here. I'm just going to put some on there. This is removable, and I'm going to close it. And I'm going to come back to this a little later, and I'm going to show you why I like it so much. I'm going to bring my die cut machine right back over. Same sandwich, multi-purpose platform completely closed, cutting plate, die at a slight angle, because it's got that straight edge. And my exclusive to Scrapbooking Made Simple red glitter cutting plate as my do not cut plate. And we sell our red glitter cutting plates for under $10 for the pair, which is, as you know, a value for Sizzix cutting plates. Can you cut into it? Sure you can, absolutely. I just happen to use mine for a do not cut plate. Same thing. 2 circles. My bases. Hopefully you can see that score line pretty good. Ooh, I cut that out by the hair of the chinny chin chin. I got it. Throw that away. Okay, so that gives me 4 bases to start with, and that's what I am going to need to build my card. Now the very first thing I need to do is attach my little spinny to one of these. So I'm going to take 3 of them and I'm going to fold into the score line. Can you see the score line? If you can see the score line, that's what you want to fold into. The back side, the score line isn't really noticeable. It's not indented in because it's indented on the front side. I want you to fold in to that score line. Score line, score line. Fold into it. Then I'm going to take this one, and this is my starting piece. So here's my score line. Instead of folding my very first one, I'm going to turn it over because I need to attach my spinny piece. And I'm going to center it right in my little circle so that I have enough room. I need to have enough room on the top and enough room on the bottom so when I tape it down, it's got enough clearance to spin. And I'm just going to center it, and then I'm going to grab some Stacey tape, which is right here. Now you can't use a tape runner for this. You're going to need to use something like Scotch tape, Stacey tape, and I'm going to put a piece here, and I'm going to put a piece here. And then I'm just going to hold it up, and I'm going to make sure if I pull it tight, does it have clearance? And it does. So that means I can take it and tape it down. And you can use as big of a piece of tape as you want because everything you see is going to get hidden away. Nobody's going to see this. Okay. So then I've got my spinny piece. I can trim off the excess twine or ribbon because I don't want that coming out of the top of the bottom of my card. And I am good to start. Now, I've folded these just like a napkin. It's folded in half, just like a napkin. And I'm going to lay those one by one on top of my base. See, I've still got it upside down. I still got the back facing me, not the front. I've still got the back facing me. And I'm going to take my first one, which is purple. And I'm going to line up those little scallops. And I'm going to take my tape runner and I'm going to add some there we go. Alena says I push too hard. There we go. Add some right to it and lay it on down. Just line up those little scallops. Now, I didn't line up my scallops so perfectly. What are you going to do? You have the opportunity to pull it off and line it up again. The permanent tape will set to permanent, but it gives you an opportunity to fix a mistake, or if it's not exactly the way you want it. Okay, we're gonna go with that. So there's my first one. Then I have my next little napkin, and I'm just gonna lay it right on top. And I'm gonna add some adhesive. I can't see how you would go crazy with that. And I'm gonna line it right on top of the purple. So now I'm covering up the purple in its entirety so I don't see any more purple. And all I'm doing is layering them one on top of the other. And what's that going to accomplish? Well, there's one side. That'll be our next side. So then I have my purple, my last one. Again, all I'm gonna do is add my adhesive. See, she says I run it too hard. Lay it flat. Look at how beautiful that rolls. She says it's smooth. Alena's had a good time with my tape runners. Okay. So, there's one side, two sides, three sides. Now the only thing we have to do is close this up and we're done. So let's close it on up. See, I always run too hard. And then let's close it on up. Now, I've got my card. Finished decorating it, and it's done. It's just a matter of cutting 4 pieces, folding them, laying it on top of each other, and taping it down. It's not trying to line each one up and then open and then line and then open. No, keep it simple. Keep it simple. Lay your first one flat, then lay your second one down, then lay your third one down, and then close it up. It's just that easy. Really, it is. But let's do it with a piece of pattern paper. I've got a piece of double-sided pattern paper, and this one piece of paper is going to make a card. I'm going to go ahead and cut it into half. This is a 12 by 12 piece of paper. Cut it in half, fold it. Cut it in half, fold it so that the opposite side is showing. So for all intents and purposes, this is my blue and this is my purple. Now I need to cut it. So I'm going to grab my die. I'm going to trim it down a little bit. So think of all of that 12 by 12 paper that you've got that you didn't want to use because you didn't want to not see the back side of it. Well, here's an opportunity for you to be able to use both sides of that one paper. Okay, I'm gonna just twist my die a little bit and I'm gonna send it through, and it's gonna go through front and back. I'm left with my frame. I'm left with, I know there's 2 here. Oh, no, there's not. It's right here. I'm left with 2 circles and 2 frames where you can see or feel the score line. Put those aside. And Now I'm going to cut this one because that will be my alternate paper. So multi-purpose platform completely closed, cut plate, paper, die, ridges face down because that's how it cuts. Do not cut plate and send it on. Oh, I'm right at the edge, right at the edge. Okay, let's try that. Oh, and then I moved it again. Well, let's give it a whirl and go. So I was kind of on the parallel, which is why you heard that. I didn't rotate my die enough, put it on enough of an angle, so you heard the little crrr. Don't worry, creaks and cracks are okay. You're not gonna hurt your machine. Those little cracks are telling you, I'm cutting, I'm cutting. So this time, again, 2 pieces of paper, 2 circles. This time, so there and there, there and there, there and there, and there, and there. All right, let's put this away. Now I need to leave one of them face side down. One of them has to go down because I would insert, oh, let's pull one out. Can I pull this one out? Oh. Okay. I need to insert my spinny piece. So I'm laying it with the watercolory pattern side down, and I'm going to insert my spinny piece. So let's take some Stacey tape. And put a piece here. And put a piece here. And then let's pull it tight and make sure that we've got enough room for it to spin, and we do. So let's tape the bottom side down. One. And 2. So we've got our base going. Got our base going. Now we need to start layering our little pieces that we folded like napkins. And when you hold it, remember, it's going to go like that. That's how that side's going to end up. So we need the next side to be the opposite, like that. So I'm going to take and put the opposite color down. See how this is one pattern? The first one I'm going to start with is going to be the opposite of this. If I did this and put the same side down, I would have, instead of having the sides of the card be different, they would be the same right next to each other. I'm trying to get them so that they're backwards and sideways to each other. So I need to put the opposite color down. Easy peasy. You see this? Don't put that. If that's your base color, if that's your base at the bottom, don't put that here. Put the opposite down. So let's add line up our scallopies. If it's not exactly the way you want it, you have time. If you didn't line your scallops up perfect, it's not a problem. You just peel this right on off and lay it down again. You've got time. It's not quite like Stacey tape where, oh my goodness, it's very unforgiving. This is giving you time. Now we've got that color down. So what do we need? We need the opposite. There we go. Let's take our tape. You know, when I don't think about it, I do so good with this. But I probably use, I'm probably that person with the tape runner, like the people I talk about who over ink their stamps. That put so much ink on it. I'm probably going to be that person with a tape runner. Because I can just see myself just keep adding it. I'm going to have to learn to control. Okay, so there's our next one. So what goes on top of this? The opposite. Line it up. All we've done is take pieces of paper that are folded in half and stacked them on top of each other. That's all we've done. You're all saying, that's enough, Stacey. But I can totally see how you would go through 40 feet in like no time at all. This one's too high. Let's pull up this side and bring it back down a little bit. Because you can. Okay, so I started with this side face down. Then I took this little piece right here to make that. And then I layered the next little piece to make that. And then I layered the next little piece to make that. So now all I have to do is close up my last two pieces. That's all I have to do is close it up now. It's done. It was that simple. It does not take a lot to get this done. I think that's good. Okay, I'm just going to line these two up. Put them together, fold this one, and I'm done. And I did it with one sheet of 12 by 12 double-sided paper. You just have to remember to go back, to go opposite, 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 opposite. But if you make a mistake, it's okay, because with the tape runner, you've got time to pull it apart and reline it up. And you've got the cutest little card out of one sheet of 12 by 12 paper. Then you can take these pieces and you can make the balloons. You can die cut balloons or the package. You've got these extra pieces that coordinate already, and you can put the opposites. You could put the balloons out of the watercolor paper on that. You could put balloons out of the pattern paper over here. You could die cut happy birthday. You've got extras to do stuff with, but it is that simple to put together. It is just a matter of folding the little bases in half. So I have some of the little bases. Folding the little bases in half. And then starting to just stack them on top of each other. Alternate colors. That's all it is, because that's all that this is. When I open it up, if I stacked it all together, it would make the perfect card. It would end up being exactly, well, I did this one earlier out of pattern paper. Same thing. It was one sheet of 12 by 12 paper. This was the back side, this was the front side, and I just cut 4 of them, stacked them onto each other, and poof, done. Done. You want to do it out of cardstock? do it out of cardstock. You want to do them all one color, you can do them all one color. And then because you've got the different sets, you can mix and match and coordinate. Now remember, I said that I liked the removable adhesive, and this is the paper that I did a while ago. Why do I like it? Well, there's one reason, but then, do you see it? How long has it been on that piece of paper? It doesn't matter because it's always going to be removable, which means if you are a card maker or a scrapbooker and you like to lay all your things out before you put anything down, you want to lay everything out to see how it looks before you finish it. You can take the removable, put a little bit on the back side, put it where you think you're going to want it, and if it turns out you don't, lift it up, move it to where you think you want it. And then when you are ready to say, I'm committing to this, I want this there, you can either rub that straight off and put down a permanent or the permanent plus to put it down, or you can just go right next to it and put it down. It gives you the opportunity to decide where you want things without committing to any of it. To me, that is my kind of crafting because I am totally non-committal. At the rental house, I have a Christmas mat out by the front door and it still has the tags on it. Now we've walked on it and I know I need to take the tags off, but I am so non-committal. I have to, yes, no, maybe, oh my goodness gracious. What if you were sending a card and in the center of the card you had a picture, your engagement picture, your wedding picture, a birth announcement picture, and you wanted them to keep the picture without ruining the picture if they peel it off? Hello, it will stay right where you put it. Oh, it will stay right where you put it until you decide now, a week from now, 2 weeks from now, 6 weeks from now, to pull it off. And then you can take off the adhesive if you want to put it in a frame. You don't have to take the adhesive off, but you can. This isn't repositionable where it will be repositionable for a little while and then go permanent. No, this is like making everything you own into a Post-it note. Your own private Post-it notes with whatever you want on it, so that you're able to use it and decide and send it and let them take it off, not tearing the back, not ruining the card. If they can then frame it, whatever. You have options. I like that I can layer my things, decide what it is I want it to look like, tape it all down, all in place with the removable. Tape it all, everything I think I want, exactly the way I want it. And then if I'm happy with it, go back and just add your permanent or your permanent plus tape runner or even your Stacey tape to put it all down. For me, while I understand that the permanent is probably going to be the best seller because it's 98 feet and it's what most of you are going to use, for me, an indecisive person, this is my friend. Okay, so I showed you how to make your little box dimensional, and you can use the Stacey foam, the Simply Defined foam for that. Again, you get 4 sheets. 2 are 2 millimeter thick and 2 are 3 millimeter thick, which are really thick. They die cut beautifully. I want to show you some of the samples. We talked about my new tape runners. Red is permanent, simply permanent tape runner, $6.99, 98 feet. purple is Simply Permanent Plus Tape Runner, 82 feet, $6.99. Very comparable to an Extreme or a Super Tack. And then, my friend, the removable in the pinky lavendery, pinky looking, 82 feet, $6.99. I think it's a value. I think it's worth it. I think that for those of you, especially scrapbookers who do this a lot, I'm getting used to doing this. Kathy and Alena are just absolutely in love with it. So, all right, I am going to show you samples of the product. Let's start with, this has a straight edge, has the snowflake in the center. How cute is that? Now I could have taken the snowflake and instead of done it with the straight edge, I could have done it with the scalloped edge if I owned both sets. They give you all the little extra pieces. You got the warm wishes. How cute, right? And it was just done with patterned double-sided paper. Easy peasy. And yes, they give you, you get Merry Christmas, you get the little corners, you get warm wishes, you get the snowflake, you get it all in there. Then we have a sample for the cupcake. How cute is that? Cute as a cupcake. Look at how darling is that. Super cute. And this one they layered several times. And they've got all the different elements, and you've got the different papers. So darling. And this is the cupcake. And you can see it has kind of the curved edge. But if I wanted to put the present or the snowflake in there, I could, because it's going to fit. They all interchange. Then I have the flower, and this has got the pretty corners, the decorative corners built into it. Really darling, kind of an eyelet corner. How cute is that? Easy peasy, folds up flat. A2 size, put it in an A2 envelope, which is a standard envelope in the United States for greeting cards. Give it to somebody, it stands right on up, and it's just so cute. And again, just basic. This was easy to do. I just cut, you cut and fold and tape, cut and fold and tape, cut and fold and tape, just like doing napkins. Then we have the package, which I was working with. So here's a few more samples of the package. This is all the same all the way around, and then you get to the front and you've got your little package spinner. Darling, isn't it? So cute. And then we have this one. A little more guy looking, a little more guy colors. And it just spins around. Too much fun. Then we have Top Note, which has the jar. How cute is that with the jar? And I love this shape. So if you wanted this shape with the snowflake or the package or the flower, it's up to you. And it just stands right there, folds completely flat. Use foam to make it dimensional. And there's the package. So those are the ones that are in the I Want It All bundle. But then they did one more, Sizzix did one more to give you different sentiments that will fit inside any of the card bases. So Here is the scallop one, the birthday one that we were using today. Only this time we've die cut out the little eyelet circles, and we've used the coordinating stamps to put in the happy birthday. And this set is going to fit in any of the card bases. And it's only $14.99, and then it's on a YouTube Yummy. So really nice. Here they've done it. Here we've got it with the kind of roundy, and you've got the thanks in the center as your spinner. Really cute. And then if you didn't want to do a card at all, you can still use the dies to spinny a stand-up card. You can just use the dies to do a regular card base. Just a regular, this is all the dies here. So pretty. Out of that set. So they're just darling, and they're easy peasy to do, and they're really quite affordable. I'm really happy with the price, and it's an achievable project that all of you can do. Even beginner crafters, you can do this. Mark this YouTube. If you place an order, put it in the notes section of your order. There's a little place to put notes. You can put YouTube number 226. That way you can always refer back to it. But just darling, so super cute. And ready to be given as a gift for somebody. All right, you guys, it's me. I'm gonna tilt on up. Stacey at Scrapbooking Made Simple. Tilt on back and say, okay, where are you gonna find all of this great stuff? Well, you're gonna find it at scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Please remember that Simply Defined and Simply Refined are my brands, they're mine. So you're not gonna be able to find that product anywhere else. Sorry, but for me to be able to keep my prices as low as I do, it is what it is. So the tape runners are not a one and done product. It's something that we're going to carry on a regular basis. I think you're going to love them as much as I'm loving them, but the SMS girls are really enjoying them because they do this a lot. And so the removable is my new best friend because it's having a post-it note on anything I want it. That's what it is. It's an instant post-it note. And then the beautiful product from Sizzix. And again, a big shout out to our guy David over at Ellison, Mr. Big Shot, for getting these to us. They'll be on a YouTube Yummy for you. So scrapbookingmadesimple.com. I'm Stacey. I will see you next week. And thanks. It's good to be back. Bye.